Richard Hughes is one of Britain's most acclaimed and stylish riders who's enjoyed big race success across the globe. In 2010, he came within 2 winners of being crowned champion jockey, but battling the scales and alcoholism along the way, it has been a turbulent ride to the top. Like so many of his contemporaries, Hughes' career in the saddle began in pony races at the age of 7.
Oh, it definitely moulded me. I would like to think that I have a good brain for pace, and I definitely learnt my trade in pony racing.
Do you feel the way pony racing has developed in this country is a positive thing then?
It's a help. It's certainly not as competitive as Ireland. But at the same time, it does. The big occasion when they finally do get their licence won't be as daunting for them.
And had you stayed in Ireland rather than coming over to Britain, how do you think your career would have panned out?
Probably be mucking out or a jump jockey, one or the other. I was certainly very lucky to come over here.
Why do you think coming over to Britain's helped so much?
Ireland is very small, and if you don't have one of the good jobs, you find it very hard to get on a good horse. You rarely hear of, apart from Aidan O'Brien, Dermot, John Ox, getting a good horse on the flat in Ireland. So my chances were very small of ever getting on one, so I think the time was right to come to England.
That move came in the summer of 1994 when a 21-year-old Hughes met leading British trainer Richard Hannon at the Curragh on Irish Derby Day.
Well, I was very nervous going to meet him because I had never spoke to him before, and I had a little CV done up, and I handed him the CV. He said, "I don't need that." He said, "I seen you ride. Come over next week," and that was it.
And what's he like to work for now?
He's great. I'm sure he never seen me ride before I came over, but he had good word from Peter Doyle that I could ride a little bit, and he was just very easy to deal with from day one. If you work hard, you're rewarded.
What would be one of your, if you sort of had to name one of your best moments with him over the years, what would it be?
Probably Canford when he won it. Royal Ascot beating Goldie Cova, because all the hype. You know, usually those races when it's hyped up, it's usually a big letdown after, but thankfully it went the right way.
Canford Cliffs half a length down, Cityscape on the outside is not a spent force, Goldie Cova from Canford Cliffs, Cityscape on the outside, Canford Cliffs alongside Goldie Cova and gets his head in front, Cityscape on the outside, Canford Cliffs, Goldie Cova going down fighting, but Canford Cliffs won the Queen Anne. Canford Cliffs beat Goldie Cova in a rousing duel to start the meeting.
Now, in your book, you've been brutally honest about your battling your demons with alcoholism. What would you say was the lowest point you had?
Probably when I first realised, and probably one of the lowest points in my life. But I was glad. Now I'm delighted I did see my demons. Very lucky.
And why did you want to be sort of so honest about it and sort of write it all in the book?
Well, there's no point kidding yourself or other people, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of lads in my same position. And I know when they read the book, they will say, "Oh God, I'm a little bit like that too," and hopefully I can help them in some way.
Do you think there is quite a problem with alcohol in the weighing room?
I wouldn't say a big problem, but I certainly had a problem, and I didn't think I had one. And it's the only disease that tells you that you haven't got one.
And not surprisingly, there's a whole chapter in the book about your weight. Can you just sort of take us through what your daily routine is?
A lot of work, a lot of chocolate, a lot of coffee. Not very healthy, to be honest, but it's what I have to do. I don't mind doing it. And some people have to go on the M25 every day, you know, into work for 2 hours, or go on the train every day or the tube. I wouldn't be able to do that, but go without breakfast or lunch, I can handle that.
So you don't have any dietitians or anything sort of advising?
I've been advised and all that, and I've tried numerous diets, and they all work for a little bit. I think every woman in England would tell you that. They all last for a while until you get fed up with them. But I see, if I stop in the garage on the way home, there's nothing in the garage on some days that I could actually eat at 10 o'clock at night driving home from an evening meeting. So I like to eat what I like, which I like eating rather than eating celery. So little and often is probably the secret to me.
Do you find that it's got easier as you've got older?
Oh, definitely. When I was 21 and 22, it was an absolute nightmare. And through my drinking days, it was up and down like a yo-yo. But now it's quite good. I know what my limitations are. I would be probably the most experienced person talking about weight.
Going for the jockey's title would put any jockey under enormous strain, but for someone of your size and stature, it must put you under a lot of pressure.
No, I loved it, to be honest. I'd rather be out riding than sitting in the weigh room, because all you can do in the weigh room is either drink coffee and eat chocolate. If you're out there riding, you're busy and you're burning calories.
So you don't feel that sort of your battle with Hannigan has taken too much out of you?
No, mentally the last 2 or 3 weeks was hard to sleep, because you're projecting the next day what was going to happen and how many you were behind, and if you could ride 3 more the next day, and if he didn't ride a winner, then I'd be only 3 behind, and things like that going through your mind. But physically, I loved every minute of it, and I had a helicopter as well, which is a big help.
Day to day, sort of in the thrust of the flat season, do you get much time to unwind or any downtime at all?
Yeah, I don't be that busy really. We're now allowed only ride 9 meetings a week. I'd be pushing for 7 if we could, but every Monday I play golf in the afternoon and go to Windsor in the evening, so a lot of Tuesdays I wouldn't ride, and towards Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, the busy days, and then you have to plan which day you're going to do 2 meetings, and I will always pick the one that's closest together. I don't agree at flying all around the place for very little.
So there's a lot of pre-planning involved.
A lot of planning, and your agent has to do a massive job, and basically I have to go to where our good horses run first, and then work my day around that.
Although not short of winners, big race successes were a more regular occurrence for Hughes from 2001, when he began a 7-year period as retained rider for Prince Khaled Abdullah and partnered the brilliant sprinter Oasis Dream.
Oasis Dream was a fabulous little horse, and we knew he was good all along, and he wasn't quite right going to Ascot, and we knew that was only a prep race, so when he won the July Cup it was very important that he did win for stud value, and now he's proven to be a fabulous little sire.
In your sort of list of all-time greats that you've ridden, where would he figure?
I'd be right up there. If you say regrets, my only regret that I didn't break the track record in York, but I was very aware that there was a road crossing not far after the line, and I was just afraid he'd hit it doing about 40 miles an hour. I didn't want him to do that.
Now, there's a fair bit in the book as well about your time riding over jumps. Do you ever regret not being a jumps jockey?
I regret not winning a chase or riding in a chase. I went around racing plenty of times after racing, schooling, and I do regret it, but I have about 2 years left to ride in a chase, so I better either do it this year or next year, or I'll be too bloody old.